What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Walt with Flower City Cards here. Today, we're just going to be talking about the reflection I had on the live stream that I just did with Fernando. And I guess more importantly, really the topic of interest will be kind of understanding why you're here, right? So making sure that with every action you're taking, with every plan that you have laid out, um, you have the greater goal in mind, right? You have the mission in mind, right? What are you doing here, right? What's happening? Like what is your purpose? What is your why? Why are you doing what you're doing? So I'm Walt, Flower City Cards. Run a seven-figure supply network. I've been here since about 2019. That's when I got back into the hobby, and yeah, this hobby has definitely changed my life for the better. And I'm excited to see where things go. And as we kind of jump into this, right? So when was it? It was Tuesday. Fernando, good friend that has been in the hobby since I want to say the last like 3 to 4 years. He kind of hopped in, and he's somebody that is very much like me. He's an engineer, and he tends to like to analyze things in a similar way. So over the years, right, we've had a lot of like really good discussions, and I think a lot of those discussions are prompted from, you know, I guess just risk mitigation, right? Understanding that like we don't want to put ourselves in a situation where, you know, the time spent, um, the financial contributions, like the investments, like all that stuff isn't basically just being thrown away, right? And we're constantly kind of challenging the thoughts and like the ideas and the hobby and like the what the people are doing, and he's just been a great resource overall. And it was really great to get back together and kind of have that conversation with him on Tuesday. So if you're interested, go check it out. I'm really hoping to do more lives in the future. And it's just it made me realize how much I enjoy and I miss the lives. So I'm really, really looking forward to kind of picking that back up as we move forward into 2026. But one of the things that we talked about, and one of the things that I think really prompted that live to begin with, is like we were just starting to have a very different conversation. And the conversation was revolved around like, what are we doing here, right? Like, and he's starting up a and has been kind of going for about a half a year with a streaming service, or channel that he's been kind of slowly building, and it's been great for him, and he's really excited. But he's also been talking more about like getting away from like the investing side and more into like churning and burning and making sure that the funds are kind of there and available, and when there's tendies or profits or margin to be made, he's taking credit for that kind of immediately and then redeploying that so that the cash flow is I would say more plentiful, right? And instead of kind of waiting down the road when things get too expensive, dealing with non-liquidity or liquidity issues in general. So that's kind of his kind of adjustment, and you can go take a look at that live. But it kind of prompted a whole discussion around, why are we here? What are we doing? And ultimately, I mean, it's going to sound really, really simple, but we had a very candid conversation around financial freedom, right? And you know, looking back on that live, it just made me think, um, a lot of people need to hear this, and a lot of people I feel like are afraid to kind of just tell it how it is, right? And afraid to say like, especially in this space, like I'm doing this because I want to make money, because I want to benefit my family or my future family, and these are the things I'm going to do, right? And that could be considered taboo to some people, right? Like some people look at that in a negative light. Some people think that oh, it's a children's cardboard game, a trading card game. You shouldn't be doing that. Like find somewhere else to kind of make your margin, make your profit. Like you shouldn't be kind of like preying on this like hobby. This is like sacred space. Blah 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 blah. Like I've heard it all, right? And you know by not just kind of being honest with like your conversations you have in day-to-day life, like the conversations within the hobby, your customers, whoever, right, your partners, like you got to kind of start to just be your true self, and like what you're, and I know this is a little bit of a stretch, but it's kind of related, right? Like you really have to live it, right? If you have this higher end goal of just financial freedom, which for me that's what it is, right? Like I don't think there's ever going to be a day where I don't own a single Pokemon product. Like that's we're way past the point of that. Um, I am a collector, investor, right? Like flipper. Like if there's like really good deals to be had, and I have the liquidity, and it's coming from a good place. I'm gonna buy, I'm gonna flip it, I'm gonna get that profit, right? I'm gonna kind of snowball it. I'm gonna continue to build what I've been building for the last 7 years. I do a lot of things, right? But I'm never gonna truly be out of this hobby. And part of it too is like part of this plan is, you know, you some people plan to have kids. We're one of those people. I would love to be able to share this with future kids, right? Future children. That is like, and not only that, but the fact that like my wife is also into this too. And like I'm looking at her wall and it's just binders, it's Blooming Waters, it's Victini collections, it's Charged RDX box, it's a bunch of ETBs and acrylics. Like she loves this stuff too. And we both love it. Like we're collectors just as much as this is a business. Um, and we would like, I think that is like the coolest thing to be able to say, like, yeah, we could all go to a show like someday in this future like hypothetical family, right? And like be able to enjoy it. Like that is so cool to me, to have something like that, like already predetermined, like, hey, this is something that like our children will probably enjoy. Like that just gets me excited. And it makes me feel like all of this that I've been building and doing is worth it just because of that, right? If I didn't make any money, like just the fact that we can go and do that, and that's something that we could potentially do in the future, should our children want to do it or like it, like that's there, and I think that's really cool. But on the other hand, right, it's like life is expensive. Like to go through life, it's freaking expensive. You have health issues. Eventually, when you get older, you have health issues when you're brought into this world, um, that your parents have to kind of take care of, or else you're not going to survive, right? Like, outside of that, it's like just you grow up, you want to be a child, you want to play sports, you want to go do things, you want to go to school, you want to go to college, right? If that's something that a certain child is interested in. Like, there's so many things that make life just so expensive. And you don't need expensive things to enjoy life and to have a very fulfilling life, because it's not, life's not all about materials and being materialistic, but life is about choices, and it's about freedom of choice, right? And like money buys choices, and it buys you the freedom to make choices, right? Do you want to go to college? Do you not? Do you want to start a small business? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that, right? So I think what this hobby has really started to make me realize is like, no, I'm not, like, no, it's not going to be like, I'm not going to change my day-to-day life. I'm not going to change. I'm not going to go out and start buying expensive cars. I'm not going to, like, and this is hypothetically, like in 5-10 years, like if this thing gets super super big, it's like that's not the way, or the reason we're doing this. It's like we're doing this because we want to have the option. Like, let's say that retirement is possible 5 years earlier, 2 years earlier, a year earlier, right? Like, and you have the means of doing that. Like that would be, I guess that would be the kind of thing that would I guess kind of be like tied to this financial freedom discussion and topic, right? It's we want to go, and experiment in something else, like do something else, like some other side business, open up a shop or something, right? Like it provides choices, it provides opportunities. And if you're here and all you're focused on is keeping people happy around you and your image and your perception, or their perception of you, then you're gonna overlook opportunities. You're gonna like overlook things that are slapping you in the face, and like you need to start paying attention to. So just be honest with yourself, guys. Be honest with the people around you. Like, who cares what other people think, right? Like, at the end of the day, like a lot of the people and the interactions online and the stuff you see, you're never going to interact with them again. You're never going to talk to them. Most of those people, I guess like it always boggled my mind, like the people that have the, I guess, just energy in general to go out of their way to comment negatively or like pass judgment on a post or something. Um, it just boggles my mind. There's a lot of people out there in a lot of dark places, and you just got to kind of brush those people off and ignore them and keep doing you, right? Like at the end of the day, you have to do what's best for you and your family. It's all it comes down to. And for me, I'm doing this because financial freedom earlier than what a typical career would give me is the goal, right? And this is starting, right, after being here for 7 years, starting to look like that may be possible. So, all the more reason to just stay the course, keep doing what you guys are doing, keep grinding, right? And even if this doesn't pan out, keep grinding, go to the next thing, go to the next thing, right? Like, do like a lot of the people that are here that I engage with are people that are like minded like me, that are willing to go the extra mile in order to get ahead in life in whatever way or definition that means for them, right? So that means something different for everyone. Everyone's in different socioeconomic classes and different points in life and different ages and everything, but it's the people that I engage with every day, whether they're younger or older than me, that they're they're not sitting on their butt at home playing video games all day and then going out and drinking beer, coming home, you know, sleeping in all day, losing the day. They're people that are going. They're go getters, right? And like, just keep going, guys. Just keep going. It's gonna pay off. Um, and even if it's not like a financial payoff, the amount of stuff that I've learned doing this is, I mean, it has made me not only like more competent in my professional career, my like first real career, right? But it's opened me up to like networking with all these incredible people, and it has opened up something else I can do with my wife, and like there's so many intangibles that are just like this hobby's so amazing, it's so incredible. And to bring all this back to like when we were doing that live on Tuesday with Fernando, it just it's so refreshing to have those conversations with people that are just like so engaged in the hobby, so passionate about it, are so bullish on it, but also are willing and smart enough to realize that this irrational exuberance phase that we're in right now, it could end overnight, right? Like we're not blind to that, right? We lived through the kind of the last bear market, right? We got through it. We found a way to work through it and stick around, and it's paid off. So that's all I got for today, guys. Let me know below, like, do you make, I guess, like, do you make long term goals? Do you think about this stuff? Let me know, right? And as always, like, it always helps. Please consider following the YouTube channel, leaving a like. Any kind of engagement helps at all. So I appreciate you guys for sticking around, and as always, listening to me ramble. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.